Got any final words before we go in?
Absolutely. So, we go inside. The ambiance, it's quite nice. It's not too large, but it's quite dense, which I appreciate. The items I wound up choosing were some baklava. You don't see that in a convenience store every day. They also had cheesecake and Oreo cake. I went with the baklava because, I haven't had baklava in a bit. I guess I haven't had cheesecake in a bit either. But, some tamarind spoons. It seemed like the most interesting candy there. And since this is Minnesota, for better or worse, THC seltzer. However, this is a cannabis-infused soda. It's root beer flavored, which is kind of interesting because I feel like most of the THC drinks around here, they're like fruit flavored, right? They're seltzers. They're really heavily mimicking this sort of the White Claw craze of that started when did 2018, 2019, right after I got out of undergrad. I remember drinking them summer of 2019 because summer of 2018 we drank a lot of Bell's Oberon, and then it was the next year that we drank a lot of White Claw. Anyway, it's called Lunar. We were kind of talking about on the bike ride back, the sort of explosion of loon-themed stuff is getting a little obnoxious, but I do like loons. They're quite beautiful. They have beautiful calls, But
Dumb birds.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Noah. We've also got some ginger juice drink, which looks good, and some peach slices. I see Noah already tore off the top of this, which is unfortunate because there's some unfortunate information, or some important information. We'll actually start here. These are King Henry's, snacks fit for a king. Interestingly, though, for something called King Henry's, they're women-owned.
Henrietta.
I guess so. So, draw your own inferences from that. Without further ado, let's try the tamarind spoon. They have an assortment of sort of your standard gummies and some other stuff, but I went for this. No, it's sticky. It's real sticky.
Give me a close up on that spoon. That's crazy.
Wow. Let's give this a try. It would be a lot better if it had some chili crust on it. I remembered the convenience store near my high school had those chili crusted tamarind pops. Those were fantastic. Anyway, pretty good. But we're not actually judging the food here. We're judging the convenience store. And props for having these. Props for having a wide range of candies. It's not just, your set of corn nuts and combos that you're going to find at any convenience store. We'll try this other candy that Noah got,
What are you doing?
What?
Those are mine.
I know they are. They're fine. I mean, you can find something like that anywhere.
Oh my god.
We'll give this ginger juice drink a try now. Made fresh with cold pressed ginger. It's lemony. I haven't ever seen this brand before.
It's a shake before drinking.
Better shake. I didn't know this series was called Matt Eats All the Shit That Noah Bought at a Convenience Store.
Yes, we discussed I'm going to try it.
I assume that would be part of it.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen this brand before, and I think we're both juice aficionados, so this is a kind of rare one.
What's the difference between a juice drink and a ginger beer?
Whoa. Actually, this is... I don't know how to describe... I don't know how to describe... I'm gonna sound a little crazy saying this.
Can I give it a try?
Yeah, well, yeah. So how, most drinks that you drink are less, or are substantially more, what's the word, viscous, right? Am I pronouncing that right? Viscous? Than water. This is somehow less. This tastes thinner than water. I've never, encountered something with a mouthfeel like that. I am genuinely taken aback. It might just be me, but
You're kind of right.
it's not carbonated. I thought it would be. It doesn't taste particularly strong. All right. So now for what I'm kind of most excited about, which is convenience store baklava. You don't see this every day. You know, there's a fair amount. It looks a little dense. It's been a long time since I've had baklava, but like this shit is definitely not airy. It is syrup soaked. Yeah, I mean, it's dense. It's definitely been sitting out for a bit. But, you know, points for there being baklava. I'm curious about the cheesecake, but I'll try it next time. It's sticky. It's very, It's a very sticky set of foods today, you know? Yeah, I mean, you know, that's better baklava than I walk into a convenience store expecting. I don't walk into a convenience store normally expecting baklava, but so points to them there. Now for our final item, the root beer cannabis soda. 10 milligrams THC in a relatively small bottle. It's sleek. I don't know how I feel about, honestly, this can shape. I feel it's become more popular, again, especially post-White Claw, the tall 12-ouncer, rather than, you know, your standard 12-ounce can or your 16-ounce tall boy. It does feel... It feels millennial gray, right? Which I guess explain, you know, the color scheme. This is a very millennial Reddit
Show
drink.
the camera the logo and stuff.
Relatively minimal logo. This is not the stoner aesthetic we grew up with. This isn't even the tech bro stoner aesthetic.
Yeah, but at least it's not like saying it has nootropics and all kinds of stuff. I think this is
for better or worse.
There was another thing there. That was like a CBD wellness water, and that was that aesthetic.
Wellness water.
No, I am a big root beer fan, and while this is not the best root beer in the world, it's actually quite good. They also had marijuana ice cream. They're selling that more and more here. You could make a little root beer float, I guess. That would have been cool. You would get really hot. Wow, I actually... This is probably, like, my favorite THC drink I have ever had. Which isn't a super high bar. I don't normally like the taste of them, but this is quite good. I am... Overall, it's been a surprising experience with the drinks, you know. On that note, though, I will say... the sort of like random smattering of like gas station and convenience store intoxicants on the lower end. You had a fair amount of THC products. I will say, you know, I was just in Chicago. It is shocking how much easier it is to get THC edibles now in Minnesota compared to like anywhere else I've been. Like literally just in a gas station. They're not even behind like a... you know, the cans aren't even behind, like, a glass. Like, you just go and grab one and buy it. I don't get ID'd. It's, like, it's really, like, there's no regulations, which, you know, if you are out of weed and you really just want some THC, then it's very easy. They didn't really have many of those strange, like, you know, gas station shrooms or nootropics. Honestly, the cigarette selection looked pretty weak as well. It just kind of had your basics. There was the hookah bar that was connected to it, though. I think we're going to try that at some point. But so I guess that's where a lot of their energy was going. And yeah, I didn't see any, like, well, you know, there's no alcohol in most convenience stores except for your 3.2 beer. For those of you not in Minnesota, you cannot sell alcohol in grocery stores and, you know, gas stations and non-liquor stores that is over 3.2% ABV. Or alcohol, or not a dog, yeah, 3.2% ABV, right. I do remember, like, sometimes you can find like a little cooler that's hidden in the corner that's got some, but it's. Yeah, I don't really go to the gas station here looking for liquor at this point or any kind of alcohol. Anyway, yeah, I guess so. Let's kind of like look at this place holistically. So, first, points off for the smell. Knowing historically that's not a constant, we can forgive it. So we're not. It's not really altering the review. Baklava, I would say it's a solid. Like I would call that baklava for convenience store baklava a solid 7.9 out of 10.
Not an 8.
What?
Not an 8.
7.9.
Yeah. What?
If the top layer was slightly crispier, it would be an 8 or maybe even an 8.1. The candy selection, while I wish it had some kind of chili crust on it, I do appreciate them for just supporting the women kings out there. So I'll give the candy selection a 9. Now it's the drinks where it really, really shines. Well, no, the candy selection 8.5. Let's not get ambitious here. The drinks. I mean, like honestly, these aren't the best drinks, and these aren't like necessarily the best drinks I've ever had. But like
you
in
literally
terms of,
said this is the best.
I said it's the best THC seltzer, not best drink.
Calm down.
However, I mean, like, I've never had anything really like either of these. I'm gonna give the drink selection a 9.5, because these are some real oddballs I haven't seen anywhere else. And both of them, I don't know if I'd purchase that ginger juice again, but, like, both of them are a unique experience. 0.5 points, though, off, so we're gonna dock that to 9. Because of the Gatorade selection, it did not have cucumber lime Gatorade, which is unfortunate. It had a relatively good selection. It wasn't just like your Powerades and shit, but they did not have cucumber lime. So overall, I am going to give Mr. Santana, it's going to be an 8.0 for me. I'd say we're off to a solid start. Great name. It's nice and it's small, but there's still a good selection. You've got a well-stocked grill, even if it smells a little weird. And the drink selection it's pretty unique. Thanks for joining for a convenient truth. And yeah, we'll be back soon.